reduce GST from 7% to 3%, and no GST for essential items such as rice, oil, medicine, lower PUB bills. The last I checked, to 2018, the Singapore Powers Group, for the last 13 years, they actually made a profit of $1 billion. They can bring down the transport fares by 20%. Introduce minimum wage scheme. If the people have a lot more money, we are not going to keep that money, right? We're going to save some, then we can spend more, right? And when the people spend, actually you are injecting into the economy. Implement the Singaporean First policy. Rely on Singaporean and less on cheap foreign labor. That is what SDP proposes. Price reduction, wage increase, Singaporean First. So let us compare that to what our super rich ministers and MP have to say to tell us citizens how to cope with this high cost of living. Number one, use free Wi-Fi lah. Number two, buy cheap infant milk lah. Number three, eat at hawker center lah. You have to get $3 economic rice what? Shut up and tighten your belt. That is the message that they are telling us. Right?
Why go through the painful voluntary early redevelopment scheme first, collecting opinions and views of neighbors, cajoling and pushing each neighbor into different corners, creating acrimony and ill will, since everybody has their own priorities, preferences, plans, and abilities? How many percent of agreement must we get? 80%? 90%? A full 100%? At what price will HDB buy them back? Which areas will get versed first? What are the criteria? Oh, I've been staying here for so long. I'm comfortable here. I want to live out my days here. I'm too old to move. I do not want to move. My children are staying nearby. I want to be close to schools around me. Hey, I just bought the flat, and you want me to lose my money so quickly? We see the pain and agony everybody goes through during an en bloc exercise, just so to get the agreed required agreement level. And why have home improvement program hit 2 at year 60? Does it make sense to put in money only to have the flat torn down when the flats do get burst in the next 10 years?
An independent ministerial salary commission has to be established for each financial year. Such an independent commission shall compile and publish annually the salaries of ministers along with their other commercial interests. The current method of paying variable bonus should be abolished. The SDP recommends to peg the minister's salary pay to the bottom 20% of Singaporean wage earners. Now, if you assume that there's a minimum wage in place, the SDP proposes that the MP's allowance should be 10 times the mean wage of the bottom 20 percentile. Ministers should then be paid 3 times the MP allowance, while the Prime Minister should be paid 4 times the amount.